Hi, this is Donetta Hinsman, and I'm going to talk about one-to-one Chromebook teaching. Are we ready to try this? This is a flipped teaching exercise. So technology is advancing at an exponential rate. Students are keeping up. Should schools jump on this train, or should we ride it out? It doesn't seem to be going away, so many say time to get on board. But there are many voices with concerns for our students' safety, potential discrimination involved in the process, and of course, the many financial questions that are involved here. So first, before we consider the concerns, let's review some benefits of going one-to-one in a corporation. Students will never miss a class, so one benefit is attendance. With distance learning, kids who have their Chromebooks at home can do work from a sickbed or even while on a cruise. They will be constantly connected to their teachers, so snow days wouldn't be a problem anymore. Another benefit is that it reduces anxiety, so students with anxiety will have much lower stress levels involving school. Student depression and anxiety are on the rise, so students who struggle with personal interactions or have fear of social situations will be much more confident with one-on-one work with their teacher. They will feel more comfortable, and therefore they will work harder. Teachers have more of an ability to personalize conversations and feedback from the assignments. They can also adapt assignments easier to fit student need. Oftentimes it's difficult to match all assignments with each individual student, but when we work online, technology helps us do that much easier. Grading is another great benefit. Grading is so much easier with technology. Much technology in Google Classroom or other such forums will grade student responses automatically and send reports to the teacher. So there's much less time with tedious grading, and that means more time developing engaging lessons. And then finally, student interest is much higher. So higher student engagement leads students to try harder. So students live in a digital world, so bringing their world into their education has proven to increase their interest in lessons. So technology is the way of the future. So additionally, students who leave high school with no instruction on how to use technology practically will have little room in the future. Even trade jobs like construction plan and communicate via email today. So students need to learn how to work collaboratively on computers as much as they need to learn how to work as a team in person. So although there may be many positive sides to going one-to-one in classrooms, there are critics who will voice legitimate concerns as well. So let's explore some of those. Not all students will use the computers responsibly. Students might surf the web in class instead of listening to the material being taught. Giving a computer to a teenager brings up a lot of concerns about appropriate usage at home as well. Inappropriate websites can be blocked, but students who are technologically savvy could easily find their way around those blocks. Some dangerous websites slip under the radar too, disguising themselves easily. Not every family has internet at home. This is where one-to-one can become a little unintentionally discriminatory. Many families in poverty cannot afford internet, which would make laptops nearly useless for homework purposes. Some would suggest these students could work at a library, but not all students have access to a library within their reach. Families working full-time can't drive their students to a library or be responsible for transporting them home from school if they stay late. It simply isn't practical for all families, and those who couldn't support online homework would face unfair consequences from school. So finally, the biggest issue, the most obvious one with going one-to-one is the financial strain that is put on a corporation. There's the obvious upstart fee, which is getting a laptop for every student in the corporation. This would be quite expensive, and it feels insurmountable with the kind of funding that we receive at schools already. But this isn't the only financial struggle involved. Students will certainly drop their Chromebooks. Some will break it on purpose. Some households will have accidents with younger siblings. Laptops do expire. All technology becomes useless after so long. Schools engaging in one-to-one will need to be constantly updating their technology to keep it relevant and useful to our students. The upkeep alone is far too expensive, and asking a student living in poverty to pay for a laptop which fell out of his backpack while stepping off a bus is going to cause plenty of social issues at the school and a strain amongst parents. So in summary, one-to-one is debatable, and it's a debate that we need to have. Knowing some pros and cons, what are your thoughts? I want to hear what you think. Join this discussion.